Hey, what's happening everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. Okay, so this past weekend we had a Max Battle Day featuring Gigantamax Lapras. And I'm going to be telling you right now, I personally was indifferent with this event. I did go out and do a couple of Gigantamax Lapras battles, and I was lucky enough to have about 40 other trainers in that area, because if it wasn't for that, I feel like I wouldn't have been able to defeat them. And yeah, I was able to pick up at least one or two really good Laprases, and that was pretty much the highlight of that event. But overall, I felt like it was a non-event. I felt like if I just completely skipped it, I wouldn't have necessarily cared about it. And I think a majority of players feel the same way. So if this is something that Niantic needs to work on, I really do think they need to, because there was a lot of lost opportunities for some really good engagement as well as some revenue that they could have made. So yeah, with that said, let's now talk about what's going to be happening this week in Pokemon GO, because I actually think there's something that is going to be way more exciting than a Gigantamax Lapras raid day, and I'm going to be talking about that. There's also going to be another in-game event happening this week. It's going to be the Young and Wise event. And unfortunately, this event is met with a lot of criticisms and a lot of controversies, and it's mainly because of the format of this event. So let's start off by talking about the details for this event, and then we'll move on to everything else that's going to be happening this week. The Young and Wise event is going to start on December 10th at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go until December 14th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. The featured Pokemon for this event is going to be Bonsly, Munchlax, Drampa, and Wordeer. So if you do not have any of these Pokemon, pay attention because you're going to have some opportunities to get them. It's just unfortunate because it's going to involve spending money. Now during this event, you're going to get the following event bonuses. You're going to have double the amount of experience gained from hatching eggs, and you're going to get double the amount of experience when you win raid battles. Speaking of which, these are going to be the raid battles during this event. In 1-star raids, you're going to see Shinx, Scraggy, Tyrant, Phantump, and Jangma-O, and then in 3-star raids, you're going to see Alakazam, Oranguru, Drampa, and Wordeer. And then in Mega Raids, we are of course going to have Mega Banette and Mega Latios, and then in 5-star raids, we're going to have Genesect with Chill Drive. Now also during this event, these are going to be the Pokemon that you can get from eggs. They're going to include Togepi, Tyrogue, Smoochum, Bonsly, Happiny, and Munchlax. There's also going to be field research task rewards related to this event, and also a collection challenge and Pokestop showcases. So there is stuff to do in this event, but it doesn't involve catching Pokemon in the wild. It's going to be all about hatching eggs and doing a whole bunch of raids. Now, aside from this Young and Wise event, we are going to be getting a Necrozma Fusion Raid Day this Saturday. It's definitely one you will not want to miss out on, because this event is going to be your opportunity to get yourself a whole bunch of fusion energy for Necrozma. On Saturday, December 14th from 2 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. local time, we're going to have a Raid Day featuring both Duskmane Necrozma and Dawn Wings Necrozma. During this event, you're going to get 5 additional free raid passes from spinning gym photo discs, and you're going to have an increased chance to encounter shiny Necrozma in raids. They're also going to be lifting the remote raid pass limit up to 20 from Friday, December 13th at 5 o'clock p.m. to Saturday, December 14th at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. As standard with every single raid day event, there's going to be a paid event ticket that's going to cost $5 USD, which is going to give you 8 additional raid passes from spinning gym photo discs for a daily total of 15, an increased chance to get Rare Candy XL from raid battles, and 50% more experience and double the amount of Stardust for every raid battle that you complete. Let's switch gears and talk about PvP. So within the Go Battle League, we're going to have the Great League and the Fantasy Cup Great League Edition going until this Tuesday, but afterwards we're going to have the Open Ultra League along with a continuation of the Fantasy Cup. So if you want to get higher ranks and you have a better Ultra League team compared to a Great League team, then do keep in mind that this Tuesday it's going to switch over to the Open Ultra League. In terms of this week's Spotlight Hour, we're going to have one featuring Murkrow with a 2x experience for catching Pokemon bonus, and it's going to be happening tomorrow, December 10th from 6 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. local time. Now, in terms of raid battles, we're going to have Genesect with Chill Drive continuing on in 5-star raids, but after December 12th, we're going to have Mega Latios in Mega Evolution raids, and it's going to take over 5-star raids as well. And then on the weekend, we are of course going to continue to have Shadow Regice, and among all of the Shadow Legendaries that we've had in Shadow Raids, I would say that Shadow Regice is pretty good. So if you still do not have one, or you want to get its shiny form, then make sure you spend some time over this coming weekend to get a couple of Shadow Raids done. Now, in terms of this Wednesday's raid hour, it is going to be Genesect with Chill Drive, so if you still did not get yourself a good shiny for this Pokemon, or you want to farm up some really easy Rare Candy XL, then this Wednesday's raid hour is definitely one you will not want to miss out on. However, I will say that Genesect with Chill Drive is not necessarily that good in terms of gameplay, so you do not have to spend an exorbitant amount of raid passes trying to get yourself a perfect IV of this Pokemon. If anything, I would save all of your raid passes for this Saturday's Necrozma raid day. That's definitely going to be a lot more valuable than getting yourself a really good Genesect with Chill Drive. Also, something that was introduced recently is of course Max Mondays, and tonight on December 9th between 6 o'clock PM and 7 o'clock PM local time, we're gonna have a Max Monday featuring Krabby, and this Pokemon is going to be pretty useful later on in the future. So yeah, the major highlight for this week is of course going to be that Necrozma raid day. You will not want to miss out on that. Getting yourself a whole bunch of fusion energies for Necrozma is what's going to allow it to become one of the best raid attackers in the game, and even in some cases one of the top PvP Pokemon as well. The fusion forms of Necrozma are just top tier right now. They're comparable to even some Mega Evolutions. You absolutely do not want to miss out on either of them. Your ideal scenario is that you have yourself a 100% IV of both fusion forms of Necrozma, so if that's something you still have not achieved, then yeah, you should definitely go all out for this weekend's Necrozma raid day, because getting yourself 100% IVs of this Pokemon is definitely going to elevate your account. And then of course you will want to get as much fusion energy as you possibly can so that you could fuse Necrozma into whichever form you want. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this week. It's really going to be all about this raid day. The in-game event is something you could completely ignore. It's not going to be anything substantial. And for everything else going on this week, it's pretty much going to be general stuff. So yeah, nothing else too much there to actually care about. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding everything that I talked about down below. Is there anything in particular this week that you are looking forward to? Make sure you share what that is, and let's have a great discussion. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I am Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.